fielding an unqualified player is something that we thought was a thing of the past in the Ghana Premier League, or actually in the entire Ghana football system. However, it's reared its ugly head again. Welcome to the Sports on Pulse. I'm Gary Al Smith, and as you may have heard in our earlier bulletins, Accra Great Olympics have done what they have been known to do in previous years. They've gone to the boardroom and gotten 3 points. This time, they have won their protest against Meadma SC. Now, simply put, they say, and the rule has upheld by the Ghana Football Association, says that the Takwa-based club fielded an unqualified player in their match. So let's look at the decision, and we go and get an analysis of why this has happened. The committee, that's the disciplinary committee, therefore makes the following decisions: that the protest of Olympics is successful since player Nana Kofi Babel was unqualified to play in the matchday 12 Ghana Premier League match between Meadma and Accra Great Olympics in accordance with these relevant sections of the Premier League regulations. And that too, for fielding an unqualified player in the said match, Meadma shall be considered as having lost the match, and accordingly 3 points and 3 goals is hereby awarded in favor of Accra Great Olympics pursuant to Article 33(1)(e) and 33(2) of the Premier League regulations. So, Meadma have also been docked 3 points from its accumulated points from previous matches in accordance with Article 33(5)(a) of the Premier League regulations. Meadma also fined 5,000 Ghana cedis, 50% of which shall be paid to Great Olympics in accordance with 33(5)(b) of the Premier League regulations. So, quickly though, let's come in studio to Reiko Ampofo to give us an idea of where we stand so far. How did we get here? We know that, from the ruling, there was a league match played on match day 12, and this happened. But what is Meadma's response to this?
Well, I think first off, what they are claiming in terms of the response now, it's a new angle that they're trying to explore, because when the case was presented, Meadma had a defense. And, Olympics did come in that this is a player that we do have the records. According to the CMS, he was in the lineup. And we also do have in this CMS proven that he was yellow carded on match day 1, 6, and 11. And that is breaking the rules and making him unqualified for the match in, match day 12. Now, for Meadma, it was probably an oversight, because in between match day and 11, there was an FA Cup tie, and they thought that the rules, which had been in place for about 6 years now, also, allowed the team to be able to field a player, to miss an FA Cup tie, despite that not being the Premier League competition, just as it happens in the English Premier League and all, because of it's overseen by the GFA. So it was thought, or that was the thinking heading into that game. So Babel actually missed the FA Cup game, and then he returned to 12. But in the defense, Meadma actually explored a bit of English, because if you do read, the statement by the GFA, it said that Meadma was saying that in Article 28(1)(e) that the statement says that an unqualified player, has received 3 yellow cards in separate games. Now, Meadma was saying that the absence of the word "each" makes it vague and invalid. So the fact that they didn't say that you received a yellow card and a yellow card each on 3 separate occasions makes it invalid and vague. So that was the argument, and the disciplinary committee were like, no, we're not buying this. And so the case came out, Olympics won, and Meadma came back and said, we're also not taking this.
So what's the way forward?
I think the way forward is, it's going to be probably a longer legal battle. Meadma is saying that they're going to explore the internal terms, and they've already appealed, stating that the rule that was changed by the Executive Council, stating that now the Premier League and then the FA Cup are 2 separate entities. That was changed by the Executive Council, and if you do look at the statutes of the GFA, Congress is supposed to be the supreme and legislative body that enacts these rules and regulations. So the Executive Council, which is below Congress, cannot take decisions in the sphere of Congress. So that is what Meadma are trying to explore. A little bit of technicalities here and there, but we'll be seeing how that goes.
Thank you, Reiko Ampofo, succinctly put. So, are we seeing a return to legalese by Ghana Premier League clubs against the GFA? You would have to stay tuned and see how that one goes. I'm Gary Al Smith, and that's the sport for now.